on the good YouTube. So make sure you check us out on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Clay Kane Show, youtube.com/Clay Kane Show. And make sure you hit the like button. What's up? What's up? What's up? Make sure you hit that like button and all that good stuff. Comment and everything. You can also join Clay Nation if you'd like to. Just hit the join button. And also subscribe to Reecie Colbert over at Black Women Views. And we'll say it one more time for YouTube. We get our tickets for Clay and Reecie Live Beyond the Mic this August 23rd in Chicago, September 13th in Philly, and October 11th in Houston, Texas. Go to clayandreeccelive.eventbrite.com. All right, Reecie, let's talk a little bit about Bill Maher's recent comments.
Ugh.
As it relates to Cassie. Diddy's currently on trial for tons of charges around whatever it is. I haven't really been following it like that. I haven't been following it. But we've all seen the video, many people have, that came out, I believe it was last year, of Cassie being assaulted by an elevator in a hotel by Sean Diddy Combs. Really heartbreaking, disturbing, just terrible thing to see. And Cassie recently testified at his trial. I believe she was pregnant.
Yes.
And she
just had her
laid
baby,
out,
but she was pregnant at the time.
Just had her baby, exactly. And Cassie is known for, what was her biggest song? Me and You? Is that
Me
accurate?
and You. Yeah. Just me and you. Now.
There you go.
Be waiting.
And
I used to like that song.
So this talk of domestic violence, folks are talking about it and what this means. And Bill Maher decided to vent about this situation and where we are culturally as it relates to domestic violence. And he did it during his New Rules segment on his HBO show. Play the first clip. Listen to this.
But this should be society's new grand bargain. We take every accusation seriously, but don't tell me any more about your contemporaneous account that you said to two friends 10 years ago. Tell the police right away. Don't wait a decade. Don't journal about it. Don't turn it into a one-woman show. And most importantly, don't keep fucking him. I get it. Part of the allure of the music industry is you want to be a star. But if we're going to have an honest conversation about abuse, we also have to have an honest conversation about what people are willing to do for stardom. If you want a #1 record on the chart so bad you'll take a #1 in the face, some of that is on you. If you're literally being held captive, that's one thing. But if you're putting up with whatever for love or for your career, then you need to have a little more honesty and accountability about that. Ike Turner was a psycho, just like Diddy. But in an era where there was no movement to help her, Tina Turner somehow got away. It's not victim shaming to expect women to have the agency to leave toxic relationships. Quite the contrary, to not expect that is infantilizing them. If Diddy walks free, it will be because his lawyers can point to an endless stream of text from Cassie expressing what's often called enthusiastic consent to their sex life. If you're Me Tooing someone, it doesn't help your case if you texted him, "Me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable." If you want us to think you weren't always ready to freak off, don't write,
"This is
I'm
sickening
always ready to
listen
freak
to.
off."
Please turn it off. Oh my God.
Okay, take it off. But I want to play that part about Tina Turner. He said more after that. It's only a few seconds long. Listen to Bill Maher referencing Tina Turner. Listen to this.
Ike Turner was a psycho, just like Diddy. But in an era where there was no movement to help her, Tina Turner somehow got away. And she did it with 36 cents in her pocket and a mobile card.
So if this were 1972, when Tina Turner and Ike Turner split, someone like Bill Maher would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Because Tina Turner was with Ike Turner for 16 years. 16 years. Cassie was with Diddy for 11 and a half years. So why is Tina Turner in it?
Why is she in it?
Late, great Tina Turner. Exactly. Why is she? That was a horrible analogy, a disrespectful analogy. And if you read her New York Times bestseller, I, Tina, or if you watch the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, or if you've seen her amazing documentary, Tina, that came out a few years before she passed, you would know there are a collection of reasons why a woman stays that thankfully, Bill, you don't have to worry about at all. You've never been married. You don't have any kids. Nothing wrong with that. But you have no idea why a woman stays. I thought the whole thing was disrespectful to Cassie and to Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure somebody said some bullshit like that in 1972. Why'd she stay so long? I mean, this is like Humanity 101. It was really disgusting to say. And this is why I say cancel culture doesn't exist for the rich and the powerful.
It doesn't.
Because that was an awful thing to say. As there's a trial going on right now. And this woman just had her child. And this isn't even your lane. You allegedly talk politics and complain about trans people every other show and the woke left. That's your platform right now. But to bring up Tina Turner and have it wrong, I'm sure someone said that same exact shit that you said, but didn't have an HBO show, didn't have social media. Said the same thing about Tina Turner. I actually heard that about Tina when her movie came out.
Yeah.
I would hear people say, why'd she stay so long? Shame on you, Bill Maher, but Reecie Colbert, take it away.
Bill Maher, you're a disgusting, vile piece of shit who should not have a microphone, who should not have a multi-million-dollar contract. Just go tell that to the police. That is something you would say as a famous, white, wealthy man. Your experience with the police, and he said he's been arrested 40, 50 times, is not the same experience of a woman who is being brutalized by a powerful, famous man. It's not the same experience of a woman who's being brutalized by a low-budget, broke-ass motherfucker that is living in her home. It doesn't matter. Consent is not cumulative, okay? And that's the real problem a lot of these motherfuckers have. The idea that they have license to do whatever they want to a woman because one time a woman said yes. That's the idea that a lot of them just bank on. And that's why the sexual assault statistics are off the charts. That's why domestic violence, intimate partner violence is off the chart, because people feel like if you as a woman give a person permission one time to engage in sexual activity, that is licensed from therefore. That's not how consent works. Every single time, every single second, millisecond, a woman has a right to say no. She has a right to change her mind. And you have a motherfucking responsibility to immediately honor that. And a lot of accountability is coming to motherfuckers who got away with this shit. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to shame women from stepping forward, from going to the police. Well, isn't this what he's on? He's on trial right now, bitch, for all the shit that he did. That she didn't go to the police, but guess what? Statute of limitations is a thing. Hasn't run out yet on these charges. So what's the problem? She's testifying 9 months pregnant for 20 hours. That's going to the police last I checked.
And Reecie, I don't have all the details. This is not my lane. My lane is history and the 19th century. But if I have this right, didn't the state press charges? It wasn't like Cassie pressed the charges, correct? Cassie was forced to testify. Do I have that right?
These are federal charges. So
sorry, federal charges.
So
it's not like Cassie finally saying, "Oh, I'm going to take everything down."
No,
that's not even what's happening.
Well, even though it does for the crimes, if this was state crimes, it's the people versus the individual. You do not have to have a person press charges in order for charges to be brought forth. But he's not even on trial for domestic violence. He's on trial for sex trafficking, for kidnapping, and for a number of offenses, RICO charges. That's what he's actually on trial for. The domestic violence allegations and what we've seen on video is part of the conduct that created this enterprise, this RICO enterprise that he's being charged for. But what people, pieces of shit like Bill Maher want to do is they want to continue a system in which men get to brutalize and abuse women without repercussions. It makes them very uncomfortable to see a person as powerful and as wealthy as Diddy be held to account for all of the harm that he's inflicted. And guess what? If it makes you feel uncomfortable, maybe you got some shit in your closet that you need to clean up. Maybe you have some amends that you need to make if you can. But what you absolutely the fuck should not be doing is sitting up here making it seem like there's some sort of deficiency with women who are violently trapped in these relationships. Tina Turner didn't just somehow get away. She ran for her fucking life. How does a person who is rich and famous for decades somehow get away with 36 cents? Bitch, it's because she had to motherfucking escape. Duh. That's the answer right there. This isn't well, today I'm gonna go off for tea. I'll be back later. No. So
in a white suit with blood on the suit.
Yeah. And she was helped with so little because she is Tina Turner. So, this is such a complicated situation, but more importantly, I will just end it on this. Stay away from men who do not view women as human beings. These people who are telling on themselves left and right and how they respond to Megan Thee Stallion, how they respond to Cassie, how they responded to every other person, they tell you that women are objects, creatures even, for their comfort, for their disposal, for their use. That's it. Receptacles that don't have agency. You're talking about, well, women have agency. What you're saying is that women don't actually have agency. Because what you're saying is if she said on the text one time, that means that henceforth she's consented. That's not how it works. So please just pay attention to the people talking and stay the fuck away from them as much as possible. Please, for your safety, for the safety of your daughters, for your nieces, whoever, do not bring your girls or yourself around men like Bill Maher and around the men who defend people like Diddy, period.
Let's go to a call here. Let's go to KC from St. Louis. What's up, KC?
Good afternoon to both of you. I want to say that I agree with Bill Maher. And I will say that we need to, first of all, use common sense. We have to pull upon the experiences that we've had and seen. I think we need to also keep it very general. And
what do you mean very general? He was speaking on Tina Turner and on Cassie. So that's not general already. He's speaking on specific circumstances, taking stuff out of context to try to put forth a point. And then who was also we? Because you sound like a man. So where is the we part in?
So what I want to say is that I hope that all justice is served, whether it's with Puff Daddy, whether it's with R. Kelly, but also we do have to recognize that there have been women, and I'm speaking in general now. There have been women.
No. Don't speak in general because we're being very specific right now. We're being very specific. And it sounds like already you're trying to weasel out what you just said, and you waited like 9 minutes to say this, which is really kind of creepy. So just be very specific and close it out.
Okay. So being very specific, I would say that they have this man up on RICO charges. And that's something that is usually reserved for major enterprises. I don't think that
we're not talking about. We're talking about what Bill Maher said about a woman who was violently abused by her partner. And you said I agree with Bill Maher. Bill Maher did not say RICO charges in his in his statement. So that's not what we're talking about. So you got to stay on topic. And I'm kind of really getting disgusted. You know what? I don't have the energy.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Fuck him too.
Nah, it's not. That's
whoever.
weird.
What was his name?
I forgot.
Kyle,
I already blocked it out.
Whatever the fuck.
I don't
Stay
know.
away from people like him too. Stay away from. That's exactly what I was talking about.
There you go.
Stay from people like that. Stay from people like that. Because what do you mean, general? They're a woman. Okay, but we're talking about these particular women who unprovoked were brought up by this piece of shit. Stay on topic. I mean, people very dear to me escaped abusive situations. Very dear to me.
Absolutely.
So this isn't some motherfucking theoretical, hypothetical, general conversation for me. Thank God I was never placed in a position myself to have to leave an abusive relationship. But women who are strong women that I admire deeply, that aren't dumb bitches, that aren't famous, that didn't stick around for whatever frivolous fucking reason people think is frivolous. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Period. If you are okay with women being abused, men being abused too. If you're okay with abuse, then there's something seriously fucking wrong with you. And stay away from women. Stay away from children as well. Stay in your mama's basement. Please.
You got time for one more call, Reecie?
Yeah, we can do it. Hopefully they got more
Let's
fucking
go.
sense than the last person.
Stacy from Atlanta. What's up, Stacy?
Hey, Stacey. I hope I am better than the last person, Reecie.
I hope so. Let's see what you got.
Okay. Hey, Reecie. Hey, Clay. I just wanted to ask the question: What qualifies a RICO case? Because I don't understand the RICO case. Cause I thought it was mostly dealing with the mafia, either drugs, kingpins, or something like that. Could you break it down, Clay? What qualifies?
I'm going to try to make it really, really plain, and I'll let Reecie take it. Basically, prosecutors claim that Combs used his quote-unquote business empire to engage in sex trafficking, criminal activities, forced labor, going all the way back to 2008. So that he used his criminal empire. He is a massive business empire, which is referred to as the Combs empire, to do all of these crimes. And there's evidence been presented in court that suggests that he used employees to facilitate and cover up abuse and sex, all that kind of stuff. So that's why it's at the heart of it, from what I believe, allegedly, reportedly. They're saying he used his business empire, and that's what makes it the RICO charges and some other things. Anything to add to that, Reecie?
No, that's pretty much it. And I think that the sentiment that we're seeing pop up is part of the reason why it's so difficult when the victims are mainly women. See, if this were men, if they were bringing up, they had the men that Diddy allegedly did the stuff to really talking, then a lot of the people that's really gung-ho for, well, Diddy ain't do it, won't, a lot of them will be singing a whole different motherfucking tune. But when it comes to women, because women aren't seen as human beings in this country by too many people, then we have all the justifications and excuses and well, I don't even know if it really qualifies as that. And well, he just freaky and she just wanted to be famous. Okay. Well, you know what? Shit catches up to you, whether it's through the law, whether it's on Judgment Day. Shit catches up to you. But I just hope that people with that attitude just stay away from people, please, please.
And RICO charges are not just for the mafia. In the beginning, I think it was the 1980s. They were originally used for the mafia, but they're not just for the mafia.
No,
the mafia isn't as powerful as it used to be. It's basically doing criminal activity through an enterprise. So that's basically more, just to make it as plain as possible. That's more or less what it looks like. So it's not. I know when you think of RICO charges, you may think of the mafia, the Italian mafia, but that's.
Well, I mean, they had like Young Thug was on RICO charges at the state level, so
exactly. So it's not. I don't think if anybody's. I don't know if you're implying this, Stacy, but I don't think Diddy is being set up. He wasn't about to buy NBC. I don't think it's any of that. Final comment. Then Reecie got to go. Go ahead, Stacy. Hope that helps.
Y'all answered my question. I just didn't understand what it was. I'm not against anything that's going on with the case. I just wanted to understand what qualifies to be charged with the RICO case. That's basically what I
get it.
Y'all answered my question.
Yeah, I know it's confusing. Now, I haven't been covering it. I haven't really been covering it that much at all. So, but I did want to cover those comments from Mr. Bill Maher, because I was really disgusted when I heard it. But hey,
And let me just add to Cameron, fuck you too. Because he's sitting up there asking a sex worker, how was Cassie in bed? You piece of
The
shit
rapper?
degenerate. Yes. He
The
had
rapper
one.
in pink?
Yes.
Cameron?
Killer
Oh.
Cameron,
Oh.
Halo, whatever. That one. Dipset. He sat up there and asked a sex worker who was a witness in the trial how Cassie was, and he said it more crass. Do you know how big of a piece of shit you have to be in the presence of a person who is, first of all, repentant for the role that they played unwittingly? You know, I'm sure that person wasn't thinking, oh, she's drugged out and she's not able to consent. He's thinking that, okay, maybe she's with it. Okay. But he's not coming in there bravado in that energy. He's coming in there, you know, repentant about the role that he played. And one could argue he's a victim as well. And you ask him about what this woman was like in bed, knowing the context of what those sexual experiences were. It's something really fucking wrong with a lot of people out there. It really is. And I'm not going to be one to help normalize that. I want y'all to know that y'all are disgusting fucking pigs. Every single last one of you who is still looking at this as some freaky shit, sexual shit, instead of really understanding the trauma that this woman expressed. I don't think $40 million was enough after what I heard.
Reecie Colbert, how can folks follow you and support you?
ReissaColbert.com if you want to get cussed out some more on this. Black Women Views on YouTube. AmITrippingGame.com. A lot of motherfuckers is tripping. You don't have to buy it if you did it. You don't have to buy my game. AmITrippingGame.com though is the website for my
And
game.
get our tickets to Beyond the Mic again, August 23rd in Chicago, September 13th in Philly, October 11th in Houston, 3 days before Reecie Colbert's birthday. Go to claimreecelive.eventbrite.com to get your tickets and follow that page as well because we're going to announce some more tour dates as well. All right, Reecie, love you, appreciate you. Bye, y'all.